I mentioned to Attorney General, I have school records and everything showing that I have been having possession and that he signed over his rights for both children. And I've been going through a hardship since I've been in this situation. I've called Attorney General and told him I was still receiving bills, when I had the kids with me, when the kids were in my possession.
Be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
At this time, Your Honor, the state would like to call the mother here in this matter. I'm sorry, the father here in this matter. Sir, can I get you to state your name for the record?
Joe Adams.
And Mr. Adam, who does the child primarily reside with?
They was actually been with me, but for the last year, my daughter actually been with her mother.
Thank you, sir. The state has calculated arrears in the amount of $38,096.12 as of February 28th, 2025. Are you in agreement to that amount, sir?
Yes, I am.
And are you requesting to give a possession credit for the child residing with the mother for the past year in the amount of $12,466?
That is correct.
And are you requesting to take a judgment after credits in the amount of $25,630.12?
That is correct as well.
And are you requesting that the mother pays it at $275 per month until that is paid off?
That is correct.
And the mother is currently covering the children for the insurance through her employer, through an outside source. Is that correct?
I ain't never been able to use my daughter Medicaid from her mother when she was in the possession of me. It was always me paying out of pocket. So I don't have a whole lot of knowledge on that to give you a yes or no.
And are you requesting that child support going forward be set at $0, being that the child is residing with the mother?
Yes, sir.
All right. And do you have any additional information you'd like to offer to the court?
Just ready to get it over with.
All right. And are you in agreement? And are you in agreement to the non-disclosure to continue from the prior order?
Can you explain that a little bit more to me before I say yes?
Yes. Are you okay with the your address and the mother's address not to appear in this order?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any additional information you'd like to offer to the court at this time?
No, sir.
Right. Nothing further from this party. At this time, Your Honor, the state would like to call the mother in this matter. Ma'am, can I get you to state your name for the record?
Yes, sir. Andrea Alonzo.
And just to confirm, the child here in this matter is currently residing with you. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes, sir.
All right. The state has calculated prior to any credits being given today that you owed the amount of $38,096.12. Are you in agreement to that amount?
No, sir, I'm not.
And why do you not agree that you owed that amount, ma'am?
Well, I was supposed to receive possession credits from back.
Ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Again, the state has only calculated what the amount is owed. That's without any credits. So again, as of just February 28th, 2025, do you agree that amount is owed prior to any credits being given?
I don't agree to any amount being owed at the time.
All right. And the state is requesting that the state is in agreement to the father request for the possession credit for the $12,466, which reflects 1 year of the child residing with you. Are you in agreement to that, ma'am?
I'm in agreement to that year, yes, sir.
All right, after possession credits, the state is requesting to take a judgment in the amount of $25,630.12 and requesting that you pay that at $275 per month. Are you in agreement to that amount, ma'am?
I'm not in agreement with that.
All right. Is there any specific reason why you don't agree to paying the amount that you previously owed?
Yes, sir. I've been having possession of my children. They were given to me over, the father signed over his rights in 2020, which I do have a court document. Within the COVID time, we was trying to get this case back into the court, but it didn't happen. And I mentioned to Attorney General, I have school records and everything showing that I have been having possession and that he signed over his rights for both children, which my son isn't, they're twins, but my son is incarcerated. And I've been going through a hardship since I've been in this situation. I've called Attorney General and told them I was still receiving bills, you know, when I had the kids with me, you know, when the kids were in my possession. And I mean, they were in drill, they were actually in sports and everything. And I wasn't receiving anything at all from Mr. Joe Adams. So I do not believe that I owe those years.
All right. And what action did you take to get this matter before the court or to get a new order provided from the court stating that the child support should stop?
I went and filed, I actually went downtown and I filed, I believe it was 2 orders. I filed a temporary order in which that order didn't go back to the court because again, it was around COVID time when it was going on. But I filed that. I also went and filed a motion to, I guess, change residence or possession. I tried to, you know, I did it so much pretty much to where I kind of got exhausted and I kind of let everything slip through the loops. That's
Okay.
pretty much why we're here today.
So just to confirm, no action in which the judge signed an order stopping support took place. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Nothing further from this party, Your Honor. The state will request that the court take note of the prior filings in this matter, which included the pay record here today.
Okay. I mean, when we get to here, it's kind of a he said, she said, and it's kind of hard to know what it is that what should be done. Looks like there was a pending hearing in 2021 that y'all got dismissed because y'all didn't prosecute it. So I don't know why you didn't proceed with that, but it should have been changed at that point. It looks like you filed it yourself or through an attorney, and you chose not to do that. So then we go back to the old orders, and the old orders ordered you to pay child support to Mr. Adams, and then we're giving you some credit here for about a year. You didn't make any payments, so if you didn't make payments, you owe the money that was owed under the child support order. So you owe the $25,630.12. You need to pay that at $275 a month until you pay it off. There's not going to be any future child support, but you will have to make these monthly payments, and it does accrue interest. So the sooner you can pay it off, or the more you can pay, the better to pay off it at a quicker rate and pay off the balance. All right. The non-disclosure for mutual non-disclosure is granted, and that'll be it. All right. The Attorney General's office will draft the order, and they'll take them a couple weeks to change it to the new amount, and that'll be the order of the court. All right, y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It started to be too much for me to have to get up at 5 in the morning and drive an hour away to pick the kids up, take them to school. So they started living with me. This was a couple of months before she moved to Hawaii. That's when they moved with me. Then I had them in school for a year.
And anytime between December 2019 and July 2021, did you contact the courts or the OEG to inform either that the children were residing with you? Your Honor, this is a partially agreed order. The state is requesting to read into the record what has been agreed to by the parties. The parties agreed to take a medical support judgment in the amount of $8,226.42 as of December 6, 2023, to be paid at $90 per month beginning January 1st, 2024. The parties agree that the non-custodial parent is employed with a gross income of at or about $4,352.64. The non-custodial parent has 2 additional children. The parties agree to use state medical. The parties agree to set child support at $713 to begin on January 1st, 2024. And the parties also agree for the non-custodial parent to pay the court costs as billed. I believe that is the extent of the agreement. So at this time, Your Honor, the state would like to call the mother here in this matter. Ma'am, can I get you to state your name for the record?
Alicia Frazier.
Ms. Frazier, can I get you to state the name of the child or children that we're here in reference to?
Melanie and Mason King.
And the name of the children's father?
Brandon King.
As it relates to retroactive support, are you requesting retroactive support today?
And I'm sorry, what exactly is that?
Are you requesting support from the past, ma'am?
Yes.
And ma'am, did you and the other parties to this case previously reside together?
Previously reside together?
Yes, did you and the other party previously live together?
No, not previously.
So just
Mr.
confirm,
Tatum,
ma'am.
Just a
Are you
second. Mr. Tatum, isn't this a motion to confirm arrears, a motion to modify?
Let me confirm, just 1 moment, Your Honor. I believe the other parties requesting possession credits, Your Honor.
Okay.
Time frame that we're here in reference to.
Okay, so we're not talking about retro. Okay,
Yes, sir. My apologies, Your Honor.
no problem.
All right, and ma'am, during the time frame between February 2020 and December 2020, did you and the other party live together?
No.
And did the children live with the father during that time frame from February 2020 to December 2020?
Yes.
And are you in agreement to the father receiving possession credits for that time frame to which the children live with the father?
Yes, for that year.
And do you understand that the state has calculated that as of December 6th, 2023, that the father owes $19,664.33?
Yes.
And with the possession credits from the time frame of December 2020, I'm sorry, from February 2020 to December 2020, the state has calculated that the father shall receive possession credits in the amount of $3,089.10. And the state will request to take a judgment in the amount of $15,575.23 as of December 6th, 2023, to be paid at $130 per month. Are you in agreement with that amount, ma'am?
Yes, that's fine.
And as it relates to the support, the children are currently covered through state medical, is that correct?
Yes.
And based off the non-custodial parent's income, the state is requesting that the father pay a total of $195 per month for the state medical. Are you in agreement to that amount?
Yes.
And has there been any issues relating to family violence between you and the other parties to this case?
One incident did happen.
And when did that take place, ma'am?
I want to say about 2-3 months ago.
And could you tell the court exactly what happened?
The non-custodial parent was upset because my other half takes care of his kids, and he stated that he would, the word he used was slide you. I'll slide you. He said that to my other half that lives with me, so.
So just to confirm, ma'am, you're stating that the father in this matter threatened someone else, not a party to this case?
Correct, but they do live with me, so.
Okay, and did the father threaten you specifically?
No.
And are you requesting that your information such as your address and telephone number be withheld from the record?
Yes.
Is this request made for safety concerns?
Yes, it is.
All right, do you have any additional information you'd like to offer to the court as it relates to this case?
He shows up, and sometimes he is loud at the door, like speaking loudly, aggressively, and he just pops up whenever he wants.
Okay. All right, thank you, ma'am. Nothing further from this party, Your Honor. The state would like to call the father at this time. Sir, can I get you to state your name for the record?
Brandon King.
And Mr. King, did you hear what I previously read into the record that was agreed to by the parties?
Yes,
No, are you still currently in agreement with those terms provided to the court?
that's fine.
And sir, as it relates to your employment, you are currently employed and making at or about $4,352.64 per month. Is that correct?
Before taxes, yes.
And sir, based off of your income, the state is requesting that you pay a total of $195 per month for state medical. Are you in agreement to this amount, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Yes or no, sir?
Yes.
And sir, did the children previously reside with you during a specific time frame?
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, it was like December 2019 to June or no, July of 2021.
And how's it that the children came to reside with you, sir?
I remember because it was around when school that year was about to end, because I was already, before they lived with me, I was already coming to pick them up every morning, taking them to school and everything. And it started to be too much for me to have to get up at 5 in the morning and drive an hour away to pick the kids up, take them to school. So they started living with me. This was a couple of months before she moved to Hawaii. That's when they moved with me. Then I had them in school for a year, and they were supposed to go to school for the second year. But when she came back, she took them back to live with her in like July, like right before school started.
And sir, do you have any proof to provide to the court to show that the children began residing with you in December 2019 as compared to what the other party provided that they began residing with you around February 2020?
I think I do.
And what would that be, sir?
I have a screenshot of the text messages of it wasn't like because us making the agreement that the kids would live with me while she was in Hawaii, we did it over the phone. So I don't have any proof of that, but I do have some of the messages where like we would talk about like food stamps and stuff, how I could get them when they're living with me, how I could get some of the stamps to provide food and stuff like that. And those messages that I have are from December 1st, 2019. So
And
I'm
sir,
pretty sure it was a little bit before that, but that's just as soon as I could prove.
you stated that did you have to enroll the children in school?
Yes.
And do you have any proof of the enrollment to show that the children's address changed?
Yes, I have my lease from the apartment that I lived in. I think, you mind if I step away, go get my folder that has my important documents in it? Is that okay?
Go ahead.
I have a copy of my old lease, which dates from May 2020, that I have their names on. I have like a prescription. I didn't think I kept that, but I also have like a prescription thing for my daughter when she had to go to the hospital. That's dated for July 2020. I have an academic report that dates for March of 2021 for the school year 2020 to 2021. For my son right here.
And sir, just to confirm, when the children began residing with you, did you have to place them in a different school?
Yes.
And
When they first started living with me, they stayed in the school that they were currently going to because it was too late in the year to transfer them. So like the next school year, I put them in a school in Plano.
you spoke about a 2021 document that you had with the child's information on it. Was that the school that you placed your children in?
Yes.
And when the children returned to their mother, did they remain in that school or did they start attending a different school?
I had them enrolled, but she kept them with her. And so then she changed them back to the other school.
And just to confirm, so you're stating that the children stopped residing with you around July 2021, is that correct?
Yes.
And anytime between December 2019 and July 2021, did you contact the courts or the OEG to inform either that the children were residing with you?
I did not. Probably the biggest mistake of my life.
All right, sir. And just to confirm, you are requesting possession credits for the time frame between, again, December 2019 and July 2021. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you understand that currently the state has calculated that you owe a total of $19,664.33. And if you were to be given possession credits during that time frame from December 2019 to July 2021, the state would request a judgment in the amount of $14,106.53 as of December 6th, 2023. And we request that you pay that back at $130 per month.
Yes.
And would you be in agreement to that as calculated, sir?
Is there any other option that I have as far as paying off the arrears, or is the only option I have is just an extra on top of the monthly payments?
I'm not sure what you're asking, sir, but again, the question that would pose to you, sir, is if you're in agreement to the amounts that's been calculated.
Yes.
And as it relates to the non-disclosure, sir, the other party to this case has provided to the court that she is requesting that her information, such as her address and telephone number, be withheld from the record. Are you in agreement to this request?
No.
And sir, did you previously threaten her partner?
No, she was actually on the other foot. He threatened me.
All right, sir.
I've tried to record the phone call, but because if you're on the phone doesn't record the phone call. I had like the entire time we exchanged, well, I wouldn't even say we exchanged words the whole time. He threatened me. I couldn't talk because he just over talks. So I couldn't even say anything to him.
Do you have any additional information you'd like to offer to the court at this time?
Only other thing I got to say is, I mean, I'm not a danger to my kids or nothing. I just be trying to be a dad. I haven't seen them in over a year. I haven't talked to them. I have no open line of communication to them. You know, can't get a call, can't get anything. She says I like to pop up and just come over whenever I want. And they say that I be loud and making threats through the door. I think she said that, but that is untrue. I don't, because I go over there with my mom as a witness and I just ring the doorbell to go pick them up on Fridays after 6 o'clock, just like my custody order says, because I want to see them. I want to spend time with them. I haven't talked to them, haven't seen them. Just say I pull up and I just pop up whenever I want. Say, oh, well, you don't even tell nobody. How am I going to tell somebody when I don't have a phone number to reach out to? I don't have a phone number. I can't text. I can't call. I can't do nothing. I'm coming after 6 o'clock. I'm going just by my court order. That's it. I'm not coming there to threaten nobody. I'm not coming over there to fight nobody. I'm coming over there to see my kids. I'm coming over to pick the kids up, spend time with my kids, bring them so they can spend time with their other brother and sister who asks about them every day. That's it. And I hate how I'm being portrayed as the bad person when I haven't done anything. You know, I'm already having to at the end of this, probably have to pay $1,000 a month. How am I? That's it. That's all I gotta say.
All right, thank you. Nothing further from this party, Your Honor.
All right, the parts all agreed to are fine, which are the medicals for arrears are $8,226.42. You agreed to pay that at $90 a month. Neither one of you have insurance available to you at a reasonable cost. Child support is $713. Medical support is $195 per month. On the child support arrears, I gave a credit, which basically means that after the right now we're at $19,664. I left it at $15,000 because I don't understand why y'all have such different dates. So that's kind of between the two numbers that y'all proposed today. That's $15,000 instead of $19,000. You need to pay $150 a month. That's the only one of two options. The other option is pay it off in full, but I don't know that you have $15,000 to pay it off. So we got to set up some kind of payment, and so that'll be the payment amount. Ms. Frazier, I'm not granting your non-disclosure request. You have to let him know where you live. Both of you need to share where you live anytime that you move, and y'all need to be able to share that contact information so that we can be parents together. Y'all need to make sure that y'all both follow the court orders, and not just the ones we're doing today, but any other orders. If Mr. King is correct and he's showing up at the times that he's supposed to for his visitation, then visitation should occur. That there should happen, no question. The kids don't get to decide. There isn't any other option. Kids must go with him. Be showing up at some other time, that's different, but I really don't believe that. So we need to make sure visitation is going to start again if it hasn't started, and make sure that that's not a problem. Court cost was billed to Mr. King. The Attorney General's office will draft an order with all this in it and send y'all a copy of it by email. Y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.